All right. I think I'm here. The tea wasn't quite done steeping, so I brought the cow. And yeah, got like another minute. Hello everyone. Oh good, the comment came through. I wasn't sure if you commented in Discord if it actually came through on the thing. Yes, everything is green. I have been regreened. In fact, I had a photo shoot yesterday, and I wanted to make sure that it was green, and I did keep the sides brown, which I like that look better, I think. And I cut it so it looked better. I still want the top long so I can, do stuff like that. But I wanted the sides to be short. So yeah, I did a photo shoot for CBT Nuggets. So we'll see if they're, I did check. I mean, I'm allowed to have green hair, so we'll see how that goes. This is the tea thing that I talked about probably last week. And basically it's just like loose tea in there. You can probably see, oh, look at that camera zooming in. I love it. So yeah, just tea leaves in there, and then it kind of drains into the mug. And I've done it enough times that I know that this mug will hold the entire thing full, but with a smaller mug, you got to be careful. Oh, but I wasn't holding it perfectly straight. Oh, I've made a mess. I've done horrible, horrible things. So much so that I need a towel. Please stand by. Okay. Towel. It didn't get on anything really bad. It just got on the microphone stand and on my desk. But this is why you should make tea in the kitchen, not in your... Oh, it did get on the Wacom tablet, but just the outside. All right. Yeah. So that's how my day's going. How's everybody else doing? Burnt my mouth. Well, it's just going great. Right and left. There, now when I talk about my tea, I can hear my... It does taste good, though, so at least I remember the sweetener. I'm behind already. So, hello, everyone. Yeah, that is true. I am here, and you're there. And wherever there is also here. Boy, I just love how the internet is shrinking the world. I used to say how there was the phrase like the internet flattened the world, like made everybody an equal playing ground. But then like the whole flat earth thing came back around and people actually believe it. So yeah, I don't like that phrase anymore. But the toast has long since been eaten. So now instead of tea and toast, it's just tea. I've been, depending on how long you've been hanging out with this group of nerdlings, there was a time where I made 2 loaves of Parmesan pepper sourdough bread every day. It was actually started a little bit before the pandemic, but then it fit perfectly into lockdown where we were just home all day. And so I made so much sourdough. I would give away loaves every day. And then I sort of stopped, and I hadn't for... God, it's been years since I've made sourdough. And so I got a starter, and I made sourdough once, and it was fine. It wasn't amazing. I got new bannetons and stuff. So anyway, but my daughter wants to make her own bread, which is great. Oh, hello. I'll try your name. I'll get it wrong. Ahenfo? Ahenfo? Welcome. We're a pretty nice group of folks here. So yeah, so making sourdough bread, but she's a young mom, and sourdough bread is a commitment, right? I mean, you got to like mix it and then let it rise, and then knead it and then let it rise, and then proof it, and then form it into loaves, and possibly refrigerate it, and then bake it, and then score it, and then bake it. And so it's complicated. And what I've been trying to do is figure out a way to get sourdough bread that can just be thrown into a bread maker. And even if you have to like do a kneading cycle and then turn it off and set an alarm for like 3 hours later and then start the regular cycle, I'm trying to figure that out. So that's what I've been doing. The toast that I was eating in the thumbnail was just regular old yeasted white bread. I wanted to make sure that the bread maker I have actually still works. So it was just a simple bread. But yeah, that's my goal. That's my goal, is to make it so that my daughter can get the sourdough bread she wants to make, but be successful. So yeah, that's where the toast came from. Scones. Now, okay. All right. I know. And Dwayne, you weren't even one of the Europeans here. No, it's not scones. What is it? Scones are, I know what scones are. Scones are like the lump of, because I get scones on Monday morning. I have coffee with a guy. We call it Old Man Coffee Club. It's just 2 of us, but scones, I know. And then biscotti are the really hard slices of stuff. What am I thinking? Crumpets. That's what I was thinking of. Crumpets are kind of like, ironically, what we call English muffins. Is that true? I mean, English muffins are kind of like round, flat things with like big nooks and crannies and holes, and like we cut it open, and then like, there's lots of places to hold the butter. But is that the same thing as a crumpet? Because crumpets aren't really a thing here, other than what Americans say when we're being pretentious, like, oh, I would like some crumpets. I don't know why we say that. It's just a funny word. So, and are they sweet or savory? I don't know. Cold and rainy in the UK as well. It's really nasty here. Like, it's not, the temperature isn't that horrible, right? It's right around freezing. I think the temperature is actually on my bird cam. Oh, it's on my watch too. So yeah, it's exactly freezing right now. It's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's absolutely freezing, but it's also rainy and very windy. So it's almost worse than when it's like in the 20s, like well below freezing. Because for some reason, when you get wet and then the cold wind blows, it's just so much worse to experience than if it were actually colder and it didn't like soak into you. Like, snow, when it's snowing, yeah, it's cold, but it hits you and usually flies off. But when the rain, it just soaks into you, and then the wind makes it cold. It's just nasty. So anyway, this is the least comfortable winter weather, I think, is when it's right around freezing and raining. It's also the time when black ice happens. Is black ice a term that is used everywhere? Where so it rains, but it's right around freezing temperature, and so a layer of water is on the black pavement, and then it freezes, so it looks like it's just wet, but it's actually ice, and so here we call it black ice. That might even be just a regional, like Midwest thing that it's called that. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's okay. Sounds like a crumpet. Okay, all right. They're sweet and can have fruit. Oh, yeah, scones. Yes, scones. I'm sorry, and I'd forgotten. I was confusing scones and crumpets. Scones we do have, and some of them we do have savory ones and sweet ones, like the coffee shop that actually all three of my daughters work at occasionally. They have two types of scones. They have cranberry and white chocolate scones. No, cherry and white chocolate scones. And then they have onion and cheddar scones. And I generally go for the savory. I tend towards savory things as opposed to sweet things. But anyway, yeah. But crumpets is not a thing that we have here. Local dinner church has coffee shop because on Saturday. Ooh. Yeah, I've never made a scone. I kind of want to make a scone. They don't seem too hard. And biscotti, I'm not sure how they make biscotti. Biscotti, I've never seen savory biscotti. And maybe, I assume that's something everybody knows too, is biscotti. They're just like super hard, like crunchy. Like it almost looks like a really flat loaf of a sweet bread. And then they slice it into slices. So they end up looking kind of like that, but then they're like thin slices, but they're like rock hard. Like you have to have a hot beverage. And I mean, you could break them off with your teeth, but I mean, they're really, really hard. I'm not sure their origin, but they're only good with coffee or cocoa or tea, I suppose. Black ice in the UK. Okay, cool. I didn't know if that was just a local term here, because I mean, of course, I mean, everybody knows I'm always fascinated by regional terms. For example, I didn't know this, but the four-wheel ATV, like all-terrain vehicle devices, like single person rides on it, and there's like handlebars to steer the two front tires, and in my specific area we call them four-wheelers, but they're not called that anywhere else. I guess everywhere else they're either ATVs or I can't even remember what they call them. But they've always been four-wheelers my entire life. And if I say that outside of like Michigan, people are like a truck four-wheeler? I'm like, no, the little, single person things. And they're like, that's an ATV. I don't know if ATV is what they call it or not, but yeah, anyway, that's again, regional things are funny, but black ice is universal. That's nice to know. Scones were, okay. So I don't exactly know what clotted cream is. I know it's like a dessert thing, but for some reason, that term sounds so revolting. It's the clotted, right? I mean, clot, like I just think like wounds, like blood clots. And so clotted cream has always just sounded so vile that I couldn't bring I don't know if I knew that was what, like if you served me like a dessert that was like delicious or whatever, and creamy and wonderful, and I didn't know that it was named clotted cream, I would probably enjoy it. If you said, here, try this clotted cream, I would be like, no, I'm good. So quad, that's the Mary. Yeah. Thank you. Quads. Yeah. But we just call them four-wheelers here. Mary's my sister, for those who don't know. Oh, and I'm already behind again. Scones are easy to make. They do seem like just, so scones seem like what we would call drop biscuits, but a little bit larger. Like we'll make biscuit dough here and just like put like spoonfuls on a cookie sheet and cook it. And they'll just be like, drop biscuits or like, look like tiny scones. And scones just seem like a larger version of that, so they do seem like they'd be pretty easy to make. You'd have to know like ratios and temperatures and cooking time and stuff. But yeah, they're just like tasty little like fancy biscuits. And when I say biscuit, I know that that means something different too, but not cookies. Like, I mean, like a biscuit for us is like I guess like a scone, but usually smaller. I don't know. Words are funny. People are funnier. Black ice is no. Oh yeah, black ice is it's really nasty, and a lot of times you don't even realize it. I mean, that's of course that is the danger, is that it doesn't seem like it is ice, and it's usually the worst in times like now. I mean, I could see there being black ice out because it's right at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, so 0 degrees Celsius right now, and it's been precipitating off and on all day. So all it would take is, and there's a stiff wind, so it would just take the temperature dropping a couple degrees and that wind blowing, and all of that water on the road is just going to be a sheet of ice. So yeah, that's scary stuff. Ooh. Let's see. Oh yeah, clotted cream. I mean, I wanna not be just turned off by that phrase, but anyway. Scott had lightning. The scones that we're calling the biscuits don't rise. That's kind of funny, yeah. And again, biscuits, not biscuits in the, not European biscuits. Is it biscuits everywhere but America, or is it only cookies here? And okay, here's my question. I can't believe I haven't asked this before. Y'all know the word cookies, so if you say cookie, are you? Is that just like, oh, like a biscuit but American, or is cookie something different than biscuit? Does my question make any sense to our European folks here? Quad bikes. Now that's interesting. I've heard quads. I haven't heard quad bike. But yeah, for us, it's just four-wheelers. Or at least it always was. Now, Mary, so Mary Bentley, again, my youngest sister, you still call them four-wheelers, right? Or do you actually call them quads now? Maybe the times that they are changing. I don't know. But when I broke my back, because I broke my back, it was on a four-wheeler. Oh, holy cow. That was like required surgery. My goodness, I missed the severity of the black ice accident. So, oof. Yeah, I'm glad she made a complete recovery. Speaking of recovery too, Donna gets her cast off on, what is the 15th? Is that Friday? Yeah, Friday. She gets her cast off on Friday, which is awesome. Then she'll be in a boot. She'll still have to be on the scooter until she's allowed to walk with crutches. We're getting closer. She is so tired of being on a scooter. So, I know. I believe it. I do. I wish we could call it something else. It's just the word clotted. Oh. Okay. Let's see. You know what? I've been a vegetarian for, gosh, it was when Lizzie, my youngest daughter, was a senior. Was it her senior trip? Right before that? Before her senior year. Oh, it doesn't help. I don't know when she graduated. I don't know, about 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I miss biscuits and gravy a lot. Sometimes I'll still make country gravy without the sausage, but it's not the same. Biscuits and gravy with sausage gravy. Oh, that was good. Okay, so this answers my question. Biscuits are like cookies. Yeah, I mean, that I did know that. Like, I mean, I watched the Great British Bake Off, so I do know that biscuits are cookies. But cookies are they synonymous, or are cookies like a subset of biscuits? Or do you not really put as much thought as apparently I'm putting into it? Oh, there's more answers below. Yeah, cookie in the UK is a type of biscuit. Oh, okay, it's a type. So it is a subset. So all cookies are biscuits, but not all biscuits are cookies in the UK. Is that fair? Hopefully I get it. But now I'm curious, what kind? What is that subset definition? What is a cookie? Now, yeah. Now I want to know. Abdurraham, I'm doing well. Oh, I appreciate that. This is so as somebody who always aspired to be a writer, and I wrote for Linux Journal for a lot of years before they quit, and I haven't blogged nearly as much recently as I want to. Um, yeah, compliments on writing, I appreciate that a lot. I truly, truly do. Um, Makes me really want to finish the book that I said I was going to finish like months ago because it's all written. It's just got to edit it. So thank you. I appreciate that very much. Okay, Mary calls them four wheelers. Good, like a good Michigander. Did you know? Did you know anybody who's not from Michigan that the term for people who live in Michigan is Michiganders? I always thought that was great. That's one of my favorite Michigan facts. Most people in the U.S. probably know that, but yeah, Michiganders. Technical side of things. Linux from scratch. Oh my goodness, boy, that's making some rusty gears in my brain turn. I remember Linux from scratch, and this was just where you would. Man, what is the significance? I mean, I know you do everything from scratch, like you download the source and you compile your kernel and stuff. What do you just get packages, sort of like with BSD then, and just like install all of the libraries and stuff? Like there's no package management system. I don't remember all the nuances of Linux from scratch. I know a lot of people use it for a while. I haven't heard about Linux from scratch in a while. It's been several. It's like since I was at Linux Journal, I haven't really heard anybody talk about Linux from scratch much. But I remember it was one of those things where if you really want to learn the nitty gritty, it's a great way to go. If you really want to get something going, it's not a great way to go because it's. I mean, there's a lot of work that distributions save. So. Okay, wait. Now this is information I didn't. Okay, we have double cream in the U.S. I think so. I think what we would call double cream, or I think double cream is what we call heavy whipping cream. I think because we have whole milk, then we have half and half, and then the next step is heavy whipping cream, which is very thick. I mean, you can pour it, but it is very thick, and that's the stuff that you add sweetener and shake it up or stir it vigorously to get whipped cream. Double cream. So it's like the next step would be clot. Is it not really like clots of, I mean, I don't know what I picture, but the word clotted just oogs me out. So maybe, is it just like okay. Oh, what is the thing? So what you're describing reminds me of, so like a double cream, that reminds me of, what is the, oh man, it's almost like, hold on, I gotta Google here. It's not, mascarpone? Is that okay? Mascarpone. That's probably cheese though, isn't it? I think it is a cheese. It is a cheese. Yeah, okay. But it's made from heavy cream and citric acid. Okay. Mascarpone. How would that compare to clotted cream? Anybody familiar with that? This is, again, our live stream is taking a weird twist. Think whipped cream cheese. Okay. All right. I'm getting less gross. I think maybe it's just the terminology. There's no clotting going on. It's just a really thick cheese. And again, if anybody is familiar with mascarpone, because mascarpone to me tastes like cream cheese without the cheese. It's almost like spreading, and it's also not sweet, but you could probably sweeten it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go to the UK and I'll have to try it someday. Do you spread it on stuff? Clotted cream? I've never looked into it because I couldn't get past the name. And is it sweetened by default or not sweet? Because it's starting to approach what I would think of as butter. So yeah, okay. So what's the difference between clotted cream and butter? very sweet on. Okay. All right. All right. Man, now see, I'm not normally a sweet person. Like I don't normally love sweets, but I have to admit, now I kind of want fancy sweets. We have a French bakery not far from here. Like the guy's actually from France, and he makes the most amazing kouign. Oh, it's so good. I guess it would technically be kouign upalm, because they're like apple kouign. Oh, it's so good. I can't eat more than a piece of it. Like it comes in like a pie, and like it's cut like a pie, and you get like a wedge of it. But it is so good. It's like pastries kissed by the gods of butter and sugar. Yeah, it's just so amazing. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Open source dessert right here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. What I feel like I started us off track, but I do have tea, so it's a good day. I was still late though. I thought I was going to make it in time, and I saw the timer was 0 when I got here. Hopefully, it wasn't 0 for too long. Oh, I missed some stuff about Linux from scratch. DuckDuckGo search will find it. You need a Linux machine to start. Yeah, okay. And I kind of remember that. I think you could. So here's my recollection too. You could do Linux from scratch on a Unix machine, right? You could use a compiler on Unix, and you could compile all the components for Linux. I mean, I gotta think that's how it started in the first place, right? I mean, chicken and an egg thing, right? I mean, I know Linus came up with a clone of Unix and called it Linux, but it had to be compiled on Unix because that, right? I mean, how else you had to have something to compile it with. So, yeah, I wonder what the very first Linux kernel was compiled on. That's a bit of Thursday night bar trivia for you. Anyway, Blight Moose, have you ever done Linux from scratch? Have you? I mean, I've never even installed Gentoo, to be honest. I started installing Gentoo, and then I got a little bored. Oh, I have a tech question, actually. See, I'm switching it up. I'm asking y'all questions. Has anybody used the Photon OS to run Docker containers on an ESXi host? I'm considering setting up an ESXi host. I haven't done that in years. I've been using Proxmox as my main virtualization system for a long time, but I'm considering installing ESXi because I bought VMware Fusion for this computer because it's a Mac. I bought VMware Fusion, and I can connect to an ESXi machine and then like see those VMs, natively inside the thing just to display on my, like on my Wacom tablet. If I set up the Wacom tablet here, and then let's see if it works here. Search for VMware Fusion, because right now I can install ARM-based things locally. Yeah, like so. Here's Ubuntu. Yeah, so I really like how well VMware Fusion works, and we're here, and if Lewis were here, he'd be so happy because Firefox is the browser I installed. But this works great, and I like it. However, I'm going to want to install things that are not ARM64. And so to do that, I'm thinking about installing an ESXi box because I believe I can connect to it as if it were like I can connect to one. Because okay, here, go back to the live stream face. When I back when I used ESXi for everything, including like at work, when I worked at the school district, we used ESXi. That was really the only real choice. It was a long time ago, and that was the only like reliable, consistent choice that was widely supported anyway. But we didn't pay for it. We just used ESXi on I had 4 different host machines And I think 4 of them, maybe just 2 of them were hosts. The other one was a file server. It doesn't matter for the story. Anyway, but I couldn't connect to both. I would have to download vSphere, and I could connect to one ESXi host at a time, but I couldn't like connect to both of them and then like move VMs between them or anything like that. That required licensing, but I think I could connect to it. And I think that's what VMware Fusion does. I think I can connect to one remote ESXi machine using VMware Fusion from this Macintosh, and like control and make full screen like VMs and stuff like that. So I'm going to try that. But has anybody done that? Used VMware Fusion to connect to an ESXi host? Mason, you use ESXi on your for your home lab. How do you connect to it? A Windows machine? I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, Windows. I use Windows for lots of things, but this desk is a Mac. So from what I can tell, and I did get the Pro license of VMware Fusion so that I would be able to do that. But I think that's the thing. I just haven't set up the ESXi host yet. Yeah, I think the reason I haven't done it yet. So I have two machines in my closet. I keep looking over there because that's where they are. One is an old Dell. It's considered a server, but it's like in a low, like small form factor desktop case. It's interesting. I don't know. Like I had it years ago. It has 64 gigabytes of RAM and like an i7 processor. Maybe no, it's i7. It's not a Xeon. But anyway, I think I'm going to make that the host, the ESXi host. But it's currently running the BirdCam stuff, and so and it's on bare metal running that. So I'll have to like migrate that somewhere else, and then I have another computer in there that I'm going to just install like Debian or Ubuntu and run Docker on it. But my question originally was, Mason, have you installed Photon OS for Docker images on ESXi? Because that's like their specialty Linux distribution for running Docker. And I'm curious if it is that much better. I'm curious about passing through GPU, like an NVIDIA GPU, to Docker containers inside Photon OS. That was a lot of buzzwords, but you connect to ESXi server via web browser. Oh, I don't think that was an option when I used ESXi it would have been in like 2008. So, I mean, again, it's been a long time, but I don't think there was a web version of it. That was back when there was ESX and ESXi. You have one server on ESXi 7 and one on 8. Okay. Oh, via web browser. So do you have any, Mason here, I'm going to pop this up so I know what I'm talking to. Do you have any VMs with GUIs installed? With the web interface, can you access the GUI on like on a distribution with a GUI installed? I asked because when I do training, even if I'm training server stuff, I really prefer to have a GUI because it's easier to do a screen capture of a GUI instead of just like an awkward window, like a terminal window. Because you can more easily change the way the fonts and stuff look. You have Windows and Ubuntu and Rocky. Okay. And does the web interface kind of go full screen? Like, can you connect to a VM and then have it go full screen, kind of like this one down here is? I mean, this is still running on, I think if I go up to the top though, oh wait, no. If I go up to the top, I think see, I mean, this is still running on a Mac, but it like goes full screen. Does it do that you can go full screen? Okay. Well, cool. And maybe ESXi will work regardless. So, I mean, I can do that with Proxmox too. Like they use a web-based thing, but for some reason it's like awkward. And I don't remember why it was awkward. Why don't we try it? This is going to be the virtualization episode, apparently. How would I, let me, where's my mouse there? I guess let's connect with, we'll use Chrome, go to my Proxmox cluster, Connect to anyone. It doesn't matter. Oh, I don't have any. Oh no, why doesn't it remember my password? Oh, because I'm not using the same browser. Do I remember the password? Nope. Maybe I don't remember the password. Oh, I do remember the password here. So we'll come down here. Oh no. All right. I don't think there's any information you can see here. But none of these have. Yeah, none of these have a GUI on them, though. Because I think I made it so. How do I? Let's see. I don't know what that is. What is VM108? Console. Does it just. Oh, yeah. So it starts up the Spice thing. Do I not have Spice installed anymore? I had a Spice viewer of some sort. I don't see anything. Wow, this is uncool. All right. Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. I'll be back to the. Yeah, let's pretend we didn't do any of that. That was not fun at all. Yeah. Oh, you put pics in the Discord. You're awesome. And learning Linux. There we go. All right. Do you mind if I share the Discord thing on the live stream here? Hopefully not. Welcome with face. So we have. All right. This is just the web. This is the web interface. Wow, this is slick. All right. Oh, I guess I can't. Okay, and yeah, there's Ubuntu. Sure enough. Oh, full screen. Nice. Huh. Well, it looks like I'll be able to do this anyway. All right, I appreciate that. Teaspoons and virtualization. Yeah. Sounds like it does sound like a book that I might be interested in. I'm going to have a scone in the morning. Because really, Monday morning, I have, we go to the coffee shop that like I said, all three of my daughters work there. One is the manager, one works full-time, one works part-time at the coffee shop. But anyway, they have scones and they have biscotti again. But man, those cheddar and onion scones, oh, they're just so good. Oh, let's see. What else is happening? I guess that's it. The big thing is the ESXi. Trying to make it so that I can conveniently finish up Linux Plus. That was a big stumbling block for me, is getting Linux running. I did find, I tried with with VirtualBox, from Oracle. I tried to get an ARM version of Ubuntu going, and it failed, which was really annoying. I got it to install on the M2 Mac here, but when I installed Ubuntu, it just failed, and I don't know why. With VMware Fusion, it did smooth as butter. It installed, and it works fine. But I got to think there's going to be some things I'm going to need like a non-ARM based system for, and so I wanted to be able to do that. Yeah, let's see okay. Yeah, there is a limit on the CPU, cores, right? Or maybe it is CPUs. Each VM can only have so many. That's not. I mean, for me, I don't think it's an issue, because I think it was more than two. Maybe it was two CPUs and 4 cores or something. I don't know, but I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I didn't have an issue there. And yeah, there were some limitations, though. You're right with the free version. What I wasn't sure about is connecting to it with the VMware Fusion, because VMware Fusion is like the Mac version of vSphere to connect to like an ESXi box. You use vSphere in Windows, but there is no vSphere for Mac. You have to use VMware Fusion. And I have done that before, but again, that was a lot of years ago, so I haven't done it recently. It is a nice place to get a coffee and scone. And it's called North Perk, which I think was a slight play on Central Perk from Friends, the show Friends. And of course, Central Perk in the TV show was a play on Central Park. And North Perk is the name of the coffee shop here in town. We're in the north, like northern Michigan, so North Perk. But I don't know if it was Friends related, but in my brain canon, it was. In my mind, it is. So. Your Monday is scary. You only have 3 meetings. Ooh, yeah. I actually do have a meeting on Monday. I mean, at 7:30 in the morning is when we have coffee and scones every Monday morning. Just me and my another dad whose kids are all grown now. I won't say his name. I won't call him out. But yeah, we have coffee every Monday. But then I do have a work meeting about, I probably can't talk too much about it, but about AI, which it's important to have meetings about. But yeah. Oh, you looked up North Perk? Oh, I'm curious if there's anything interesting on the internet about it. Did anybody ever have a real life mascarpone versus clotted cream comparison? Because I had mascarpone and it sounds like what you're describing, except it's not sweet. So maybe that was the difference. North Perk. Let's see. North Perk. Oh, they even have they do have a website. That's right. I remember. Because you could order online sometimes. That part's never gone well, the ordering online. All right, so yeah, if you go to northperkcoffee.com, that is in the town of Petoskey, right downtown Petoskey. Those red benches that are in front of the thing are still there. I do not know where it says special events. I've never seen that. That is somewhere else. That's not in the coffee shop. But, let's see. Are there pictures? There are pictures. I don't see any of my daughter. It's possible my daughter's made some of that latte art, though. That's kind of their jam. They're really good at latte art. I am really not. Cool. Yeah, they have a pretty decent looking little website. So yeah, sorry. Now you got me looking down. Oh, I didn't even switch it. Man, this is what I was looking at. I thought we were looking at it together, but we were not. So yeah, North Perk Coffee. This is this one. And these red benches are still out there. Don't know where that is. And then, yeah, none of these. I can't really see that because I'm old and my eyes don't work great. Oh yeah, that is. Okay, so the girl in the green shirt, the second girl there, that is my eldest. That is Dragon's mother. So yeah, that is Dragon's mother right there. And the owner is the lady on the left. Yeah. So I guess I called her out. Maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah. There's a coffee shop not far from me in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania called Nour. They hire people and pair them with someone else. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Very, very cool. And yeah, I had never looked up their website before, except I have gone there to order coffee before. But like I said, sometimes the online ordering works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm not sure what system they're using. I'm not sure if that's in place anymore either, their online ordering. I feel like it's not. I don't know. If you try to go there, what does it say? Let's scroll to the top. Click here to order. Oh, it is trying. Oh, well, you can order there again. I don't know. I've had mixed experiences ordering online. But when they were in the middle of the pandemic, they did a lot of orders like that, and then they would take it out to you, which was cool. It was a nice way for them to stay open. So wait, was there a new one last night? Did it premiere, like the new season? Did it premiere? Or was there something different last night? Because I didn't think it was started yet. Dang nabbit. I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan, to be completely clear. But come on, computer, load up for me. Doctor Who 2005. 3 weeks ago. I don't. Is it not the same Doctor Who that's been playing, like the new since 2005? Is it like a new Doctor Who, like a? Because here's what I have here. I mean, I manage all of my TV shows with Sonar, but I don't care if y'all know that. Doctor Who 2005, but then there's supposed to be a season 14, but it has not been like released yet. So there's a new one? Well, not Docker. Boy, I'm a nerd. Doctor Who. Not that you. Yeah, that's the one that I have. Doctor Who Unleashed? I feel like that's not it. Sony and Disney bought the rights last year. Did they? But is it a new show? Because now I'm so confused. I don't want to be missing Doctor Who episodes, and there's already been 3. Because I thought they were in production, because isn't Neil Patrick Harris like the toy maker? I mean, isn't that like that was I read that and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for it to come out, but it's already out. Oh man, the world happens and it doesn't even ask my permission. The next season is called season 1. Like the next season, like Doctor Who 2023. There, I don't even. Okay. Oh, they're just calling it. Oh, they're just specials? Oh, maybe it was in the specials page and I just closed that window. I'm such a bonehead. All right. Sorry, there's some nerd questions online. I mean, different type of nerd questions. So, what do we have here? Is it better to use Proxmox or Windows Hyper-V for building a small home server for learning AZ? Oh, Azure. I assume AZ 800 is the Azure stuff. I haven't used Azure. If you're learning Azure stuff though, probably Hyper-V is the way to go. That would be my guess. I haven't done anything with Azure. I thought I was going to be teaching Azure stuff, but I'm not. I'm teaching Google Cloud stuff right now for CBT Nuggets. But and I'll be honest, we used Hyper-V for a long time. And for CBT Nuggets training, and it works fine. I mean, the hypervisors have gotten so mature that for most cases, they all work pretty similarly. The interface, like how you access it, is always the gotcha. Let's see what in our 6-core, 6-thread CPU, like i5 and with 24 gigs of RAM. It depends. So I would say yes, depending on what type of things you're spinning up. I mean, you could definitely spin up some Linux VMs with that. Yeah, I guess it really depends on what the virtual machines are going to have to do. If it's just training, probably, I would think, unless you have to spin up like half a dozen servers or something for the course. Again, I'm not familiar with the AZ800 course, but I would think that would be fine. Yeah, worst case, because are you talking about spinning up all Windows machines? In which case, it really depends on how many machines, I think. Oh, here he goes. 2 or 3 Windows servers at a time. Whew. Are you? Is this also the machine that you'll be running Windows and using Windows on, or is this 24 gigabyte RAM machine strictly for the VMs? Because I mean, 2 or 3 Windows servers with 24 gigs of RAM on an i5, boy, that's pushing. I mean, depending on what they're doing, that is starting to push. And if you're using the same machine, like the host machine, as like your Windows workstation, you'll be pushing. I mean, it'll be snug. You could probably still do it though. To be completely honest, it would probably still work. Yeah, give it a try. And if it doesn't, then get another machine and order like a $200 mini PC from Amazon. You can run a couple things on there, or an old laptop. But yeah, I think I would try it. I mean, I would definitely try it because I'm like that. See how little RAM you can install on each Windows machine. Like, well, they run with like 6 gigs of RAM, the server instance, depending on what it's doing and stuff. I'd try it. Yeah, I would try it. Ah, okay. Oh, so AZ is not specifically Azure. My bad. I assume that's what the AZ was. Administering Windows Server hybrid core infrastructure. Huh. Yeah, I probably would still try it, but you definitely want to use Hyper-V. It's going to be the smoothest experience, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I've never, no, that's not true. I've been a Windows system administrator. I've never been qualified to be a Windows system administrator. How's that? But I've had to wade my way through it. So, yeah, that's rough. But yeah, I'd still try it, to be honest. Martin, I assume Martin is your name, or Martink 2. Martink 2. I would still try it. Even if that is your workstation, I'd still try it. Worst it would do is be so slow you're like, this isn't worth it. All right. I guess we got 9 minutes left, but any other nerdy questions we want to talk about? Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking up the thing. That's what I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna look up Doctor. Wow, my fingers are one off. Doctor. All right, we'll come back down here. I'll take you with me this time. So Doctor Who. So if they were specials, November 24th. Yeah, see, this is still. Oh, wait, no. Why are these not in order? Oh, that's annoying. December 25th, 2023. November 25th. Yesterday. The Giggle. Right. The Giggle was the one with Neil Patrick Harris. Why are these out of order? I've never been more frustrated with this kind of thing. There's a lot of specials I didn't realize specials were a part of it. But they're starting over with season 1 again. The Star Beast was first of 3. Okay, so these 3, November, they're there. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, November, December. Yeah, I'll try to. I don't even know if it'll find these. Yeah, now I'm just how I get them is a different story. All right, I'll have to look at that though. Yeah, I do want to see the one with Neil Patrick Harris as a toy maker though. So, but it's going to start over and it's going to be season 1 again? I wonder, are they going to call it Doctor Who 2024? Because they have had to call the current, what I thought was current, Doctor Who 2015. And the original one was just Doctor Who, like from 1963. That's a bummer. Starting over with season 1. I also didn't know that Disney bought it, so I appreciate the insight there. Oh, hold on. Here's a question from Shane. Any fella. So look at. Oh man, it was right there. I forget every week we mention him. Tom Lawrence. I remembered. He uses EVENG. That's his virtualization platform of choice. He's had some decent videos on his YouTube channel. Shane, I don't know if you've checked him out. What is? I don't remember what the name of his channel is. Lawrence Systems. Tom Lawrence Systems. Here, I'll paste the. That's his YouTube channel. I know he uses it and he's had some videos on it. But I have never even seen it myself. Uh-oh, something went wrong. I just got a note that something went wrong. I have to reload the page. Did the stream end? We're still here, right? Oh, no, there it came. All right, I don't know what's going on there. All right. Oh, holiday. So I am so bad. Dwayne, okay, I'm glad you saw the link. Nope, I'm still live. Okay, yeah, it was weird. The restream comment thing freaked out and told me I needed to refresh the page. I'm really bad at holiday prep, and the older my family gets, we're starting to do like we did a Secret Santa name exchange because everybody's adults now. So the rule is like we're just getting one gift for like one of the like there's me and my wife and our 3 kids and the 2 that are married, their 2 husbands, and then our exchange daughter. She's going to be home from college. So she's in the mix, and we just exchange names. So we're just getting one person a gift. I have our exchange daughter. I know she's not listening to the live stream, but I don't know what she wants. And she hasn't said what she wants. So that's annoying. So I have to figure that out, but I'm really bad about it. And then I think we're doing stocking stuffers for everyone, and I am so bad at it, but my wife is usually really good about making sure we have all the stuff. So, yeah. I did get something, and he could be listening. So I got something for my newest son-in-law's stocking. Pretty proud of that. And for his wife, my middle daughter, I got something for her stocking. So I am doing part of it, I guess, but usually it's my wife. My wife does almost everything when it comes to gifts. Also, her main love language is gift giving. And if you've ever done the love languages thing where you score love languages, gifts, I've scored 0 on, absolute 0 for gifts. And my wife's, that's her top one is gifts. And my top one is physical touch, which makes me sound like a pervert, but physical touch. And she scored 0 for physical touch. So we are completely the opposite. So we always have to consider the other person a lot. For example, today I brought her, they're not flowers, it was poinsettias, but poinsettia, little potted, little cute pink flower, pink leaves and stuff, looks like a flower and a card, just because I love her and she's a gift person. So yeah, buy somebody in your life a gift just on a day where it's not expected. Those are the best. This hour does go really fast, and that does bum me out. But I guess it's a blessing that it goes fast. If it dragged on, that would suck, right? It's I guess for the next 20 minutes, we will talk about why my cup is so stained because I am too lazy to clean it. We could talk about that, but we shouldn't. That's seasoned. My cup is seasoned. Gifts for kids only. Parents grant. Oh, I mean, that's cool. That's cool. We do the one. This is the first year that we've done just the exchange for the grandparents for my wife and I, and then our kids and their significant others. We used to just buy for everybody. That's too expensive, and so this year we set a limit like $100, which is really expensive, but we each only buy one. So that's the hope that everybody's still happy with that. And then probably everybody will just get a bunch of stuff crammed in their stockings. But everybody's allowed to buy for the baby, right? Dragon, everybody's going to get Dragon gifts because she's old enough that she's going to be fun at Christmas. So yeah, that's what it is. This is true. I know we're running out of time, but I can't not put this one up. If you want to surprise somebody at Christmas morning, firecrackers and slippers. Yeah, I mean, the one time, and then the next Christmas, you don't have to worry about it because all of your loved ones no longer invite you. Christmas crackers. Yeah, I'll end here because I know we're just about done here, but my brother-in-law, his fiance, his family has some roots in the UK. I'm not sure where. And they've always had the tradition of crackers where you like pull it open. There's like tiny toys inside. We've never heard of that before, but they were at our house one Christmas, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And he brought a whole like bag of the cracker things. And so we did that. That was the first time I ever experienced that. I'd never heard of it or seen it or anything, but that was fun. My toy was surprisingly fun. Whatever it was inside, it was it reminded me of a Cracker Jack box toy, but it was actually kind of fun. It's time. Let me catch up on the last comments and we'll go. Yes, cleaning my cup would make it lose my mojo. I could. I mean, I could, but it makes me feel happy when it's seasoned, as long as that's not gross. Yeah, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for tuning in and talking nerd with me. I appreciate it. And Shane, be sure to check out Tom Lawrence on his channel. He talks a lot about that VM host system. I've never seen it, but he talks about it a lot. So anyway, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Well, you'll see me next time. I'll see your names and your avatars. All right. End stream. Boom. Oh, I never even showed off I had a different angle. I had a different angle today. I could have used this angle for half the video, and I didn't even do it. So next time, the sneak peek for next time. All right. See everybody later.